Okay, so I'm kind of designing this puppet on the fly, which is exciting. I love just making up stuff as I go sometimes. It's something new, right? So I'm not sure. I just got some foam core here and the, make sure I can see, make sure you guys can see, get the foot pattern here. So the foot, we'll just go nice big foot like that. And if I was doing both the left and right, I see advantage of doing this on tracing paper. I can just flip the thing over and have it be good for both sides. See, I don't know. I was thinking bunny rabbit, platypus, bunny. Shit, I don't know. I'm at a loss all of a sudden. But yeah, let's do a nice big paddle on the front, and then if we want to do some kind of claw thing coming out, I'm just gonna do not too much anatomy, so I'm just gonna keep it where the feet are the same on both sides, just to speed this up a little bit. So there we go. So it's going to go, here's my tie down. So I'm going to go here, the heel in the middle. There we go. So actually the tie down is going to go right here, down here. So tie down. And then a wire is going to come out here and I'm going to do like a little hoop for the middle of the toe. So that way there's actually a bit of a toe bend. And I could even maybe bring the heel back here a bit. So that would bring my tie, my strong tie, tie down, sorry, not strong tie. There we go. So that's for the foot, and then for the hands, let's see, I have the palm here. I'll just do a nice big, kind of thick, pudgy fingers. One, we'll do the 1, 2, 3 palm like that. That should be all right. Oh, dropping stuff everywhere. Okay, so if that's not quick and janky enough for you, I don't know what is. I could also do the bill. Could make it a female. I was thinking of doing breasts on there, so people are doing female characters. Let's see, so I'll just kind of ink this in a bit and maybe put a spot there where the toes will go. And then for the thumb, palm, let's have the fingers just a little bit, arc of the knuckles and a little curve. Try to avoid the perfectly flat spatula hands. Those are usually the sign of a beginner. Should be doing something real geometric. And then again, I'm just going to add where my wire is. That way I lay the that way I can lay out the armature wire super easy on here. So we got my 16th wire for the foot, and I'm just going to do a nice round area for the toe. So I'm going to go like this, kind of make a little paddle shape like that, and then come back around and make sure that wraps around like that. Should be good. Okay. And do another one. Wire out, wrap around. And remember, a little more than you need is safer than running out. It's okay to have some little trimmings. You guys are all, whoops, I didn't do that centered very well. Try that again. You guys are all familiar with the little graveyard full of parts, so um, always go back to it. So if you're gonna continue doing this, you're usually, I don't think, ever really waste materials too much on the armature wire side of things, at least. Like stuff continually. There we go. Continues to be useful. So a little paddle toe you put in there. I'm not going to do strong ties on it. I could, or tie downs. Dang, I keep saying strong tie. Could do two strong tie downs. Say it anyway. And then for the fingers, I have the floral paddle wire. And for this one, do this quick little demo. So I'm just going to make sure I leave enough to wrap around the wrist, go to each finger, and make sure that have a little hoop for the tip of the finger, yay big, then bend back, like out, then up to the palm again, another hoop, end of the finger, over bend a little, and then bring it back. So 1, 2, and this is a much faster way than the other way of the super glue and the JB Weld and all that good stuff. You guys would be like, why didn't you show us this the first way? Yeah, more than one way to skin a cat. I don't know how that saying ever came about. It's out there skinning cats anyway. Disturbing saying. Anyway, that should look quite nicely. Looks like 1, 2. I really missed that one by a lot. So bend that back. Oh, whoops. That's why. I was on the wrong. Going too fast. There we go. Okay, so there's my little hand. Like so. Bring that one back as well. And little trim at the end. No problem. Okay, so one hand, 2 feet, hand, and if I'm going to do platypus, I suppose, or well, I don't know, making up a character. I set the doll. Since my last name's Platts, maybe we call it the platypus. There we go. So yeah, so maybe we'll do a duckbill wire for him as well, and a tail. So we'll do the tail about yay big, and then we'll do the duckbill about yay big. And looking more like a duckbill dinosaur. Let's see. Okay, it turns out the platypus claw and stinger is absolutely terrifying. I was wondering where their stinger was. I always knew they had a stinger, but yeah, so I just drew out the bill and the tail, and wow, spur. I don't even know if that's is that the venom? All right, creepy. I try and make cute stuff, and then I like making scary stuff. So he's gonna have a big old claw, a stinger claw on his thumb. I don't know. Oh well, I tried. Okay, so that's one hand. And oh man, am I getting this stuff? Shoot, I got JB Weld. Damn it. So yeah, the thing about the JB Weld, the darker part, if you don't mix all of it completely, you might leave some unmixed part, and that's the part that actually tracks. Because once you mix it, it's going to stiffen up, and it's not going to track all over. It's the unmixed part you got to worry about sometimes. So I just realized I got it on. Dang, something. Now it's yeah, I got on my pen for. I don't know if the one part's going to hurt anything necessarily, but wipe it down right away. Okay, yeah, hand. So let's do the hand, and I can even just do this as kind of my quick and janky way of seeing how much I need. And I just to make sure you always have more than you need. I don't know if I just did that too fast or not. We will find out. Okay, so there is the thumb. Let's really pinch that last little loop a bit more. There we go. Then we need, right, to the palm, the end, over bend, bring it back to the arm hoop. Remember, these rounded ends help a lot if you do it this way. That way the wire's is far less likely to poke through the skin of your puppet, whatever that, and last skin, whether it's latex, silicone, fabric, whatever, even some of the harder materials, it can, over time, if you're working on it a lot in the project, it can poke through. There we go. So yeah, I left a little bit. Not a bad little guesstimation. All right, there we go. So we have the hands, we got the feet, got some steel stick ready, at the ready, and we need a tail and a bill. And for the bill, if I want him to talk, we need two sides to the bill. So it needs to go into the foam, right? So just gonna do that, and I could just put it on the face and make it out of one piece. So we could just kind of do this, glue it down, and then have the, yeah, let's do that. Show what I'm talking about. So I could do a loop, right? And drill a hole and stick the two sides into the styrofoam, right? That's probably a good way. But I could also just lay it down on here like this and adhere these two sides and have it loop like that. So I don't have to worry about drilling into the armature much. So let's try that. I'm gonna cut my wire. Here's the bill, and I'll make sure it's inside whatever shape I want it to be. Make sure, again, it's not gonna poke through the skin. There we go. And then, what, there's some, was it Backyardigans? I don't know what it showed. I watched with my kids when they were little. It was Backyardigans. They got a platypus. So no design copy intended here if I do accidentally. Incidental. There we go. And so this is going to kind of wire down nice and strong. I'm going to go across so that way I have some extra wire to bind to the head like that, maybe even behind the wire once, and back up again. I wonder if this is going to just fall right off. We'll find out. And then I want to match the bottom somewhat. If I want to have an overbite or underbite, now's the time to maybe give them some more character. Haven't thought about yet. And maybe this one goes up and over. So there we go. And maybe this curls back across, right? So this made like a little mini wire sculpture out of his bill. See? Yeah. There we go. Okay, and make sure that back part is firmly down against the foam. So I'm going to kind of push that part that goes into the mouth. And it looks like the bottom looks like he's going to have a bit of an underbite instead of an overbite. So that's a little different. Pull those back out. There we go. And if we need to, we get some of the smaller floral wire and lash this up, or even fabric. Let's see what I have. Okay, we haven't done much lashing this so far, so I just take a little wire and make sure poke it through any pieces that are unbound. Go like that. Uh-oh, here comes the cats. They sense your feline evil presence. Yeah, they love to come in right when the camera's on. I hope. The only time I worry that they're so they know what's going on. The only time I worry is when I have the adhesives out. So if you have a cat around, just keep them away. So there we go. And then self a little extra. It's a lot extra, huh? This is 26 gauge floral wire or aluminum wire. And then we'll go around, whoops. I'm not off camera a bunch on this. This is a new setup out here. Yeah, I keep getting it in the wrong part. There we go. Okay, it's nice and strong. And underneath as well. 1 and 2. And then around the outside here. Now, if you want to slide around more, or if you want to go faster with this, the cotton, your thread is fine too. This is maybe for actual strength support, doing it this way, thinking both ways are fine. Yeah, and then we're going to JB weld this on, so I'm not too worried about it once I get it on there. There we go, there's his mouth. The armature for the mouth. Okay. And like I said, you could just do a horseshoe with it. So if we do like the tail here, get my thicker of the 2 wires, get this nice strong 3/32. I get the strong wire and just make like a U with the extensions, a drill into it, and then stab it in there with the JB weld. It's not a bad strategy too. So there's this tail here coming down. So it's not quite going to touch the ground. I think for support, I think I want it to be a little bit longer for how this design is coming around. So let's extend this maybe forward some more with the butt here. And then there we go. We can see and leave 2 sides. Side. There we go. And then I'll show you what I have in mind for the tail. This is probably more than we need for the tail. This level of strength in the wire, it's going to kind of stick up as well. We'll see how it goes. There we go. Okay, so I have the mouth with the underbite. So I'm going to position where I want the mouth and beak to go. Maybe we'll go right center of the sphere and just flex that wire down nice and tight. That way I know when I attach it. And while I'm at it, I'm going to press nice and hard. And a little more anchor on the top than bottom. It's just my guess. Where the pressure, if I'm talking, I'm going to be pulling up and down on it a lot. And get my marker. I'm at it. Go. Never hurts to have trace your registration marks for how this is going, right? And I even pressed, you see it indented in there a bit, so that I know it can push into this foam. Okay, cool. I wasn't really even thinking about that earlier. There we go. So there's where the mouth's going to go. And let's go ahead and attach everything. Oh, the tail, I didn't do the buttocks yet, but I'm assuming that it's going to need more foam in different areas back here, potentially, because he's really flat right now, the way he was designed, and I'm not too terribly worried about that. I want to give him like a nice, when I have like a big jiggly belly, maybe, kind of puffs out. That'd be kind of fun. And tail, he would need like a butt to counterbalance, although he's going to have this nice big tail attach in here if I want it to be underneath the butt, but the tailbone usually comes out from on top of the butt. So I think I'm going to put a big block there, put this on there, and then maybe put another, um, put something nice and strong so the tail doesn't come off. Okay, so when we come back, we will attach all the parts.